Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you all doing, guys? Hope you're all good today. So today's tutorial is going to be a very simple bubu, showing you how to replicate what you have on the thumbnail. This is a bubu gown with a side slit and a deep V-neck. So the ashoke is usually used for this design, but I'm also using a plain fabric instead. Okay, so I'm going ahead to make the measurement of my fabric. So I'm going to be folding my fabric along the yardage. So I'm going ahead to just measure the entire length that I need. So I'm working with a length of 53. Then I'll add 2 inches for extra hemming and allowance and joining at the shoulders. So I just folded it into 2 before folding into 4. So my fold is along the yardage. Okay, so you can see it's already folded. So I'm just indicating now the shoulder width. The shoulder is 16 divided by 2/8. So from that point you can now indicate what your sleeve length, depending on the sleeve length that you want. So I'm going to be having an extension. I'll be adding the plain fabric. In your own case you might decide to use the ashoke so in place as the sleeve extension. So I marked 13 inches after my shoulder width. So from that point I came down by 1 inch just for slope. I'll go ahead and connect it to my 3 inches points. So you can see, just go ahead and mark the slope right there. And that's it. So from that point of the shoulder, I'm going to marking out a sleeve opening. So I want the sleeve opening to be about 40 inches. Yes, that's wide. So I'll mark that down. Then I'll go ahead and make a straight line. So this is where my sleeve length stops before the extension. So I'll just extend the lines and that will serve as my chest line. Then I'll also go ahead and indicate the waistline from the top. I'm marking that at 17 inches. I'm also indicating the hip line at 24. Then of course the full length of the gown with the extra hemming allowance. Okay, so totally depends on your own measurement. So I'm marking that down. So I'll just, if there's any excesses there, I'll trim it. So when you're cutting your fabric, it's always good to just extend a little bit in case when you fold you might have some shortages, so that you avoid that. So I'll be using one measurement for all. So I'm making use of the hip circumference. For this person I'm working with 44 divided by 4, and that's 11. So I'll go ahead and add extra 4 inches to that, and that will be 15. So this 15 is what I'm using now to measure all the way to the hem line of the gown. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and connect all these points together to a straight line, as you can see me doing. So this is what we have. So on that line there, I'll make an armhole curve on my sleeve opening there. I'll make an armhole curve. So in between the waist and the hip, I'll be making an outer curve for my cut together pocket. So I just came down 1 inches on my hip line. You can see I'm making an outer curve towards 1 inches below the hip line, and that serves as my outside pocket. Okay, yes, so the pocket is cut together, and that's basically it. Now from the hemline, after taking off the hemming allowance, I'll move up by 12 to 15 inches is okay for my slit. Okay, so I'll be stopping there. Later I'll be notching it there, because we're going to be having a side slit on the lower parts. So working with the neck measurements now, I'm using a neck width of 4 and a neck depth of about 3.5. So this one is for the back. While for the front, I'm using a neck depth of 6.5, which is going to be a V shape. So I had to make a 3x3 neck measurement, so that I'll avoid cutting it out, because the neck curve for the back is different from that of the front. So I marked 3x3 inches and cut that out first. So later on I'll be cutting out the actual neck for both the front and the back. So you can see we're done here, guys. It's as easy as that. So just going ahead to cut out. Guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Remember to like, share with your friends and sewing communities. I will really appreciate this a whole lot. Okay, thank you guys so much as always. So going ahead to cut it all, you can see cutting out the excesses on that sleeve. So this is where we cut it off, and yeah, we're basically done. So I'm going to notch the slit. Remember, it's going to have a slit on the lower part. So I moved up about 12 inches after the hemline there. So that will be for the slit. So I'm separating this out now, so I can cut out for the back neckline. Remember, I said it's a neck width of 4 and a neck depth of 3.5. So for the back, while for the front the same neck width of 4 and a neck depth of what 6 inches, which is going to be what a V shape. So we're cutting for the front now, so I'm going to make what a V shape, and that's it. So go ahead what and cut this out, and we're done, guys. It's as easy as that. This is one of the simplest styles to make, very, very easy. It doesn't even take time to you're done with both cutting and the sewing. So this is what we have. So I'm going to cutting out a facing for the back neckline, you can see, and this is what we have. So I'll use it now to turn for the back neckline. I'll be putting an interfacing later on before sewing it all up, and also don't forget to clean up the edges. So that will be for the back. So for the front, I'll be making use of what the plain fabric in place of the ashoke. If you have your ashoke, you can use the ashoke. So this is a plain fabric. This is actually a chinos fabric, so it's on the thicker part, but not that thick. So I decided to add um stay. Okay, yes, I added stay to it. So you can see I have two pieces of this. So what I have here is a width of about 6 inches, 6 inches in width, and the length is about 25 inches here. Okay, so I'm going ahead to mark 0.5 inches straight line to serve as what the startup line there. So see what I'm doing now. So I'm just bringing my V neckline. You can see the way I'm placing it to make sure that it's resting what on that straight line. Okay, and you place it in such a way that it's down, like the shoulder is not going away from the fabric itself. You can see the main outfit is what is resting on the top of this plain fabric. I hope you can see. So just make sure that the V shape is resting on that straight line, then you go ahead and pin it down. Then after that, just make that line, just follow the process I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing here. Just make that line like so, and we are done. So you can take off the pin at this point. Once you're done, you can see what we have. So I'll go ahead and mark extra 0.5 inches so that we can use that was as a seam allowance there, you can see. And this is basically it. We'll just go ahead and cut this out. So I have to do this on the right side so that you can see the markings properly. You can see. So that line now is where we are going to sew. You can already see what we are going to be sewing here. So I have to flip it to the wrong side, because that's where we'll be sewing. So go ahead and pin it down. Just sew through the lines there. You can see once you're done sewing, you can already see what it looks like. So we already have our V shape there, and that's just it, guys. So once we're done with this, once we're done sewing, you can go ahead and use it to turn the neckline. So we'll be placing this on the wrong side. When you finish sewing the shape of the neckline, then you flip it all to the right side. Okay, yes. So by the time you flip it all to the right side, okay, it will be sitting on the right side now, as we have already turned it. Then you can now go ahead and fold the edges, just like you see me demonstrating. Just fold the edges, then you go ahead and toast it. That's easy. There's nothing difficult at all, and honestly, you have your V shape there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll come back. So at this point I was done. I also went ahead to join the shoulders as well. You can already see what we have. So both the front and the back neckline, you can see everything is what's looking all good. I've also given this a very good press, so you can see this now. Yes, so now I'm going to be adding my sleeve extension. So at this point now we have joined our shoulders now, so you can see what we have. So this plain fabric, the same plain fabric, of course, I'm using for the sleeve extension. So I have this folded into two. So the entire width I have about 6 inches in width. Okay, I mean 12 inches rather. By the time you fold it into two, so it's going to be 6 inches. Okay, so 12 inches. Just use the length of what you have on your sleeve, okay, to cut out the length of the fabric. You can see my sleeve length after joining the shoulder now. I have about, say, 26.5 here, so which is also equivalent to what I have for my plain fabric. Okay, yes, so just work with what you have. So this is it. Then of course, like I said, it's 12 inches in width. By the time you fold into two like so, and it will be 6 inches, and when you're done sewing, it will be 5.5. So if you want yours lesser, you can also do that. So you can either sew it like so, just fold into two and sew, then flip it all, and you're done. Okay, or or you can decide what to sew on the wrong side, which is what the method I'm going to use. Sew on the wrong side, then afterwards you top stitch the remaining part on the right side. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll just go ahead and demonstrate using my pin to hold this down. By the time you're done sewing, just bring everything to the right side, fold about 0.5 inches, then you go ahead what and top stitch, and that's it, guys. We're done. The sleeve what will be ready. It's that simple, guys. So once you're done, attaching your sleeve, just go ahead and bring all the pieces together, align it all properly. Once you're done, then you can now join the side. You take it all the way from the sleeve, just take it from the sleeve, it will run through the pocket all the way down to the sides. So while you're sewing, remember there's going to be a slit, so you have to stop where you notched for your slit, and of course afterwards you can now hem the other side of the slit. Just go ahead and fold it in, and you have your slit on the lower parts. It's very, very easy. There's nothing extra here at all. So once you're done, repeat the same process what on the other side, and you're good to go. And the final thing now will be what to hem what the lower part of your gown, and this beautiful outfit is ready. That's it, guys, on how to make these beautiful ones, and I hope you do find this helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends and sewing communities. I'll really appreciate it. Like I used to say, you find this helpful, don't just watch and go. Do well to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. So I'll see you on my next tutorial. Bye. And don't forget that aside making female wears, I make and sell fashion accessories, which I sell in wholesale and retail. So what you see here, these are tote bags. These are DTF printed tote bags. You can want it in printed form like this, different designs. You can also have it in plain form if that's what you want. Okay, there are other fashion accessories like the hair bonnet, cooking cap, sleeping robe. There's the maxi tote bag. There's the Ankara tote bag, fully padded, fully lined with inner pocket and zipper. There's the sleep robe. There's so many accessories. Just reach out to Partner So Fashion. We will be there to attend to you. Okay, yeah, just call out on the number you see on the screens. We'll reach out. You'll be able to get to us. Yes, these are perfect gifting items for your souvenirs, and a lot of beautiful things you can use this for. Yes, and for the DTF printing, I already have an online class that is ongoing. This is a very lucrative business as well. It's a method of branding and customization. You can go ahead and also share this to a lot of people that will find this helpful. You will see the flyer at the end of this video. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.